Okay, so make up your mind. The thing about life is this. The Hollis company wanted me to talk about how do you find motivation when you're not motivated. I'm gonna just be straight up with you. If you're dependent on motivation to change your life will never change. Right? Most people, 99% of people in this world, which that's not you, you're the 1%er, you're the rare breed, you're the person that's gonna be legendary. And while we're speaking about legendariness, as I like to call it, let me help you understand this. You don't become legendary by accident. You don't become the greatest you by accident. You don't become that person you were created to be by accident. You become that person by being intentional. By saying, you know what, this is what I'm gonna get out of this year. Right now, you should be saying, this is what I'm gonna get out of this moment. And I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. We're gonna talk about this in a minute. This is your life. You have to figure it out. You have to figure out what's best for you. But I will tell you this, a made up mind. Most people have made up their mind that, you know what, it's done. Most people say, oh, my plans didn't go the way they were supposed to go, so I'm just gonna tank it. But not you. You're gonna make up your mind that you're gonna be that 1%. And that 1% says, no matter what has happened, no matter how many possibilities it may be, I'm gonna make it happen. The 99% says, I need motivation to move. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm just finishing running 3 miles. I'm coming to Rise Health, not living it, I'm living it. I wanted my energy to be high. This is my everyday routine. Because people who make things happen, people who are legendary like yourself, people who take it to the next level, people, as I like to say, are rare breeds that are rare. They don't depend on motivation to move because they know they will never move if they depend on motivation. They will never create if they're dependent on motivation. They will never change if they're dependent on motivation. What they do, they move to create their motivation. Most people move once they're motivated, but rare breed people, they create their movement to create the motivation. They do the things every single day. I wasn't motivated to wake up at 5:30 this morning. Let me be real. But now I'm motivated. You know why? Because I move my body. Movement influences mood. So I just wanted to say that. But as we get into this right now, I'm gonna talk about 4 simple things that you can apply to your life. And this is on you. You're not here to just write things down. I know we're doing this not in person, virtually, so I know it might be distractions. Like, lock in this moment. Get something out of this. I don't have all the answers to life. I'm not trying to be, the number one whatever in the world, but I care. I care to impact your heart. I care to impact your life because I know one small change. A lot of us think we need these massive things to happen in our life to create massive things in our life. That's not the truth. The smallest changes create the most massive things. It's the little bitty tweaks to your life. It's the little bitty subtractions from your life. It's the little bitty add-ons to your life. So what are you gonna get from this moment? Because application creates transformation. Listening to this isn't good enough. Posting this on social media saying you showed up to Rise Health so everybody can see it, I'm proud of you, but it isn't good enough. Be that rare breed that takes something from this and says, you know what, I'm gonna allow this to change my life. So how do you wanna hack your motivation or to become motivated or just to take your life to the next level? As I like to say it, number 1, and I'm gonna get passionate, man. Like, if I get emotional, because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of things going on around my life when it comes to people motivated. There's hard times all around us. And so many people are waiting for the external things to build their internal self. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not more money, it's not more fame, it's not more success, no matter what people tell you. Because there's a lot of people that are financially free that still aren't free. There's a lot of people that have all the recognition in the world that still feel empty inside. What you have to find is fulfillment. Fulfillment inside of you that's not dependent on the external. That's not dependent on a relationship. That's not dependent on somebody giving you compliments. You have to know who you were created to be. You gotta remember who you are. Write this down. Number 1, remember who you are. Some of you have allowed 2020 to make you forget. Some of you have allowed comparison because you're comparing your life, you're comparing your imperfections to somebody's perfection, filter perfection online. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone's highlight reel. You're comparing your failure to someone else's success. Comparison makes you run a race that's not yours. Comparison makes you live a life that's not yours. Instead of comparing your life, you gotta learn to appreciate your life. You gotta remember who you were before hard times showed up. You gotta remember who you were before someone gave you rejection. You gotta remember who you were before life told you that you wasn't nothing in your life. Remember who you are. You got to write down the facts about your life. I always say this, facts over feelings. Feelings are real, but feelings always aren't right. Feelings tell you that you're not enough. Feelings tell you that, oh, you're not capable. Oh, feelings tell you that because of your color or because of your circumstances, you can never be whatever. And you live your whole life like that. Some of us, we have already said, you know what? This is it for me. You've allowed this thing to become your identity. This is not your life. It's a part of your life. It is not just your story. It is a chapter in your story. And you hold the pen right now. Every single day, you hold the pen to write whatever it is that you want to write. So you got to write down the facts about your life. Write down right now 5 or 10 facts about your life. And I'm not talking about the facts that the world gave you. I'm not talking about the facts that society gave you. I'm talking about the facts. And when you write down these facts, every time a feeling comes up or every time somebody tries to give you a feeling and you feel like you're not enough, remind yourself that you are enough. Every time a feeling comes up that you're not capable, remind yourself with the facts that you are capable. You have to live on facts over feelings, okay? So do that. Number 2, okay, so number 1, remember who you are, all right? Remember who you are. Number 2, you got to create, as I like to say, a legendary formula. And I want to tell you this off top. Don't take my advice. Go figure it out for yourself. This is your life. Your life is not going to look like my life. So my routines, my habits might not work for you. My diet might not work for you. How I create my energy might not work for you. The problem is too many of us, we just accept what the world gives us and we just live like that. I know this might be hard to digest, and I know I'm sounding a little bit insensitive, but you know me, I'm going to be straight up. Some of you right now, you're living a life that's not yours. You're living a life that is not yours, and you wonder why you don't feel alive. You're living, but you don't feel alive. You wonder why you're going through this mental health crisis. Because a lot of us, what we do is we run from our reality. The greatest war you ever will face, it's not external, it's internal. And you'll never win your war by running from your battles. In my rehab process, that's why I talk about facing your reality. Face your reality, face it. Because some of us, we're trying to fix things in our life that we're not willing to face.